celebrity sex and scandal like Jackie Collins, whose book Hollywood Divorces just came out in paperback. Here to give us the dish, please welcome back Jackie Collins.
Miss Married.
Hello, darling.
Good to
How
see
you doing?
Before we
Well,
start, I know that you had an issue with the lady, the 57-year-old lady here in New York who recently gave birth to twins.
This is what I wanted to ask you ladies about, because you always have such great opinions on everything. This woman gives birth to twins.
Yes.
She's 57 years old. And every news program is going, they're interviewing her and they're saying, well, how are you going to feel when the kid goes to college?
Right.
You'll be 90 or 80 or something. And they're carrying on. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to all these old geezers of 70 and 80 who have children?
You mean the
and
men?
nobody says the men.
I
Yes,
know.
Old geezers means old men.
Old man.
Because you think of the
doing this
mom as
show.
raising the child. I think people just think it's the mother who's
But
going to
I
raise
don't
the
see
child.
the good
No,
side of
no.
it, Jackie, because she can breastfeed standing up.
You know what it is? It's the double standard. And I always have written about the double standard. Men always get away with it, and women are like, so what? You know?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is for your honeymoon, love. Because I
Divorces?
heard very vaguely that Star got married. Is this right?
Yes, she
Is this
did.
right, audience?
She's leaving tonight on her honeymoon. So,
Leaving
yes,
tonight.
she's
Yes.
leaving
Well,
tonight.
she won't be doing any reading, but I signed it for her.
Nice. This is beautiful.
But that
What
book
will you be doing on your honeymoon?
Um,
Yeah. I love it when she gets cold.
thank you, dear.
You say in the book.
I've never seen Star speechless before. Yeah.
Oh, she'll be working her mouth.
Yes.
With you.
By the way, Destiny's Child was unbelievable. Were they unbelievable,
They're great.
audience?
They're great.
Amazing.
I want to talk about your book, Hollywood Divorces, because you say that a pair of Manolo Blahniks would last longer in Hollywood than most marriages.
Well,
Why
you
do
know
you
the
say
way
that?
it's going. I have the show on E! called Jackie Collins Presents, and we've been covering all these different subjects. Hollywood divorces, divorced women, and young, hot, and privileged. When you look at some of these girls, they go to Vegas, they get drunk, they get married. The next day it's annulled. I mean, Britney Spears and then Nikki Hilton.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, marriage used to mean something. I'm sure it did to you.
Absolutely.
I mean, sure it does
Listen,
to you.
I have 4 ministers marry me, baby. I wanted to make sure it's stuff, okay? But you know, I love the fact that you do so much research. You know you're one of my very favorite authors. We always
you.
talk about
Thank
this.
you.
And you actually went to a California courthouse to do research for this book. You
I
found
did.
out about the actual divorces that occur in Hollywood.
There was one woman, and she actually sued for loss of celebrity status. She was married to a famous man, and she said she sued because she couldn't get a good table in a
She
restaurant
didn't win,
anymore.
though, did she? Did
Is
she
that
win?
crazy?
No, she didn't. But you know, lots of celebrity status.
Who is it?
Here's the thing.
Come on.
I'll tell you after Joy.
Just give us a hint. Is she blonde, brunette, age, brown?
Who knows in Hollywood? They're blonde one day, they're brunette the
That's true.
next.
Wow.
But it's interesting because you see these incredible divorces, and the men are prepared to give up so much money because they want the new wife, they want the new girl in town, then they have a new family, and they go, now I really understand what it's like having children.
I hate it when they do
I
that.
hate it when they do that because there's another family that they've already have
Yeah.
that are sitting there all pissed off going, what about me?
That's
Right,
right.
because they
You know,
ignore them.
you're talking about the women with different color hair. I was
Yeah.
reading that you don't like a massage or you don't like manicures.
I don't
You
have-
don't believe in plastic surgery.
Because I don't have time. If I did all of that, I would never be able to write books.
But how could you live
I
in
did my
Hollywood?
nails
and-
on the hotel last
How
night. I
could
got
you
to the
for
point
you?
and went, ooh, I better do my nails for the women of the View. I like it.
But it said in the thing that you don't like to be touched unless it's sexual.
Well, how about you?
I love a massage,
She likes a
baby.
good massage every now and then.
You do?
Yeah, you
I
kidding?
guess maybe it's an English thing. I don't know. Maybe it's the way you're brought up, but I can't stand the thought of it.
No.
Unless it's sexual, what's the point?
I guess so.
It's relaxing.
It is
See, those ladies that
Jackie,
understand that.
Don't knock it till you try
Is
it.
it true?
Oh, okay.
Is
I'll
it
try
true that you also listen to music to get in the mood for a story? Like
I
if you
do,
if you
you
write
know.
something mildly exotic, I heard you listen to Al Green. But if you were writing
Yes.
about an orgy, is it true you listen to Usher?
Well,
Just
yeah, because in my book, Deadly Embrace, long before Usher was as popular as he is today, this was about 3 years ago, I had this kind of, it's kind of like a woman and her husband. This is good for you, Star. And she had a pole put in her bedroom.
I remember.
Yes,
I
and she
remember.
was dancing to Usher. And this is before people are really
She had a
who you
pole
were.
put
So
in-
Usher's the
Yeah,
guy for
dancing,
the
yeah,
orgy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of women do, you know. I've
Really?
seen these women on your show.
Put poles in their bedroom?
They put poles in their bedroom.
I know,
I'm not talking Polish
Bed
guys.
will do the same thing.
They didn't do
A
that in my
four-post
neighborhood.
bed, you know?
Now, is that what you're having in your honeymoon, a four-poster bed?
Shut up.
Details of this honeymoon. I don't care about the wedding. I want to hear about the honeymoon.
No, it'll end up in a freaking book.
I want to talk about Jackie Collins Presents because that's the TV show.
That's
and
the
you
TV show.
dish a lot, and you're among the things you talk about are the people that are fighting and feuding. So who's fighting right now in Hollywood?
Well, of course, the big fight in Hollywood at the moment is Madonna and Elton.
Is that still going on?
Oh, yeah, it's still
the
going on.
lip-syncing
Yeah,
thing?
she made a very funny remark in the English newspapers. She sent him a big box of chocolates, and she said, that's to take the weight off your tongue. So I thought that was kind of good.
That is kind of
dishy.
dishy.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Come on,
Well,
what else you
Christina
got?
Aguilera
Yeah.
and Britney are always fighting because they had this kind of jealousy thing about Justin. And, you know, on
Are
my
they
show...
really?
Yeah, well, they do and they don't, you know.
Brittany's
Yeah.
married and Christina's doing her thing. Why would they care about Justin?
Well, is there nobody that you have a little thing about that just is ongoing? I'm not talking about...
Oh, I see what you mean.
yeah,
Oh, like a little back and
exactly,
forth. I
Exactly.
got it.
But on the show is like, it's fun. It's on E! every Sunday night at 10 o'clock. And I kind of present the show, but I do it kind of tongue-in-cheek. And we have a lot of experts on, like Dr. Drew Pinsky. Last night it
he's
was
great.
Young, Hot, and Privileged.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
we did it. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Because you find out all kinds of things that people want to ask me all the time. And they come to my website, JackieCollins.com, and they ask me there. So I thought I'd do the show. I'll tell them everything they always wanted to
Oh,
know
yeah, it's
about
all in there.
Hollywood. It's all in there, right? Yeah.
Okay, I'll
fun.
prefer Jackie.
All right, well, then you
all
may
in
be
here,
on the
too.
show one day. You never know. All right.
After the honeymoon.
After
Then you
that,
can tell me about it.
The wedding belonged to you. The marriage belongs to me.
Okay. Our thanks to Jackie Collins. Everyone in our audience is getting a copy of her book, Hollywood Divorces, and we'll be right back.